Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big topics into bite-sized presentations.
Well, they all rely on this tiny, super powerful little component that's, believe it or not, essential to pretty much every piece of modern electronics out there.
Yep, today we're diving into the capacitor. It's kind of the unsung hero of the electronics world, storing and releasing energy in, well, a flash.
The best way to think about it, it's like a small, really fast-charging battery.
Okay, to really get how this works, let's dive into a simple analogy. Think of it like a tiny water tank, but for electricity.
So just imagine for a second that electricity is like water flowing through a pipe.
A capacitor doesn't let electrons pass right through it. Instead, it stores their energy by creating an electric field, kind of like how a stretched diaphragm stores up potential energy.
So the key takeaway here is that water pressure is basically like voltage, and the amount of water flowing, well, that's your electrical current. The volume of water is the charge.
Inside, a capacitor is really just two metal plates separated by an insulator. This insulator is called a dielectric, and it's what stops the charge from just crossing right over.
See, this buildup of electrons on one side and the lack of them on the other is how the capacitor stores up energy.
It's capacity, that's measured in farads. But here's the thing, 1 farad is actually a huge amount, so we usually see them measured in much smaller units, like microfarads or even picofarads.
Now, what's really interesting is what we do with these tiny energy tanks. Let's get into what they're actually used for.
You know, one of a capacitor's most common jobs is to turn messy electrical signals into clean, stable power that our delicate electronics need to survive.
And this is a great example of how it works. The capacitor discharges during those little dips in voltage, which creates a nice, smooth, steady DC output.
And you'll find them everywhere. From filtering audio signals in speakers to protecting microchips, capacitors are constantly working behind the scenes.
And you know, even the earliest experimenters were, let's just say, shocked by the capacitor's ability to store and release such a powerful charge.
Okay, so let's move on, because not all capacitors are created equal.
They come in a ton of different shapes and sizes, from those tiny ceramic ones to the larger electrolytic kind. Each one is really suited for a different job.
Just a quick safety tip, always check for that negative stripe on the side to make sure you're connecting it the right way.
As supercapacitors keep getting better, they're starting to blur the lines between a capacitor and a battery. It's pretty incredible. They could lead to a future of super fast charging and really long-lasting devices.